स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धः स्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुम नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यसि avasho api tat. Hello friends, this is the 60th Shloka of the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this Shloka in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the Shloka says, Swabhavajena Kaunteya, which means, O Kaunteya, by being born of nature, Nibaddha Svena Karmana, which means one is bound in actions. Kartum Nechasi Yan Mohat, which means if by delusion you wish not to act, Karishyasi Avasho Api Tat, which means will still do so out of compulsion. So over here, Shri Krishna is saying that all beings are born of nature and therefore are bound in actions. So if by delusion you wish not to act out of your own nature, then Maya will compel you to act in accordance with your nature. So the idea mentioned here is quite simple, but in our delusion we have made it very complicated, and because of that delusion we are not able to understand it or see this clearly. So think of a knife. So its nature is to cut whatever is coming in contact with it. So that is basically the nature. Now a murderer uses the knife to stab someone, while a surgeon uses the knife to save a life. But the knife does not really care about it. It just cuts because its nature is to cut. Neither does it say that, oh, a murderer killed a man by using me, so I am a bad being. Nor does it say that a surgeon used me to save a life, so I am a good being. So as long as the knife is cutting well, the knife is happy, or you can say the knife is considered to be good as long as the knife cuts well. So same thing applies to us as well, that we all are born with our own inherent nature, and as long as we are consistent with it, then we are good, and if we are not consistent with it and we are going against it, then we are bad. So we have to stay in limit of our nature. Whatever is our nature, we should just go with that flow. We should not try to go against it and enforce something on it. So we are all born with this inherent nature which Maya has basically bestowed on us, and it has created us with that nature. And we also know that it is Maya who is in control of all our thoughts. So Maya is in control of our thoughts, and it is the entity which has given us our nature. So when we act out, why should we feel good or bad in terms of saying that, oh, I am good or I am bad because my nature is like this and my actions are like that? Our problem basically is that we foolishly assume our ego to have independent agency. God is the one who has independent agency. His power is the thing which has independent agency. We don't have independent agency, but we foolishly think that we have independent agency. And then we start to impose it. So we think that our ego is God. Our ego has an independent existence, while actually our ego is a non-entity. It doesn't have its existence. Its existence is just like a mirage which appears to be there, but it's actually not there. The real agent is Maya, but we fail to see Maya. When Maya acts through us, we think that we are acting with our ego, and then we become happy when the outcome is to our liking, and we lament when the outcome is contrary to our liking. And this is what creates all our problem. When we consider our ego to be in control of our actions, and we try to control the situation by our ego, then we are fighting against the will of the Maya, and in this fight our defeat is inevitable. So this is a futile fight wherein we can never win over the power of the Lord. If God wants us to act in a certain manner, if God wants the event to go in a certain way, then we have no power in changing it. We have to go in flow with His energy. If we don't do that, then his energy will force us to take that path. And if it will force us to take that path, then it becomes very, very painful to us. So by resisting it, we only create misery for ourselves. By resisting it, we only incur karmas for us. And in that way, we basically get enmeshed in the cycle of the karma and its fruit. Now, this idea has to be understood very, very clearly. You have to understand it very clearly, otherwise you will misunderstand it, and you will basically end up doing harm to yourself. Here it doesn't mean that if you're feeling angry then you should just be angry. It doesn't mean that if you feel greedy then you should just be greedy. It doesn't mean that if you feel lazy then you should just be greedy. That is not what Sri Krishna is saying over here. If you are understanding in that manner, then you have not understood what Sri Krishna is saying over here. And please ponder over what Sri Krishna is saying. Actually, in next slok, we will understand it in detail. So if somebody is raising a concern over here that, oh, I am completely under the influence of Maya, therefore, if my nature is to be angry or greedy or lazy, then I should just be angry, greedy or lazy. No, that is not the case. Actually, being angry, greedy, or lazy is not our nature. It is not inherent to us. So we have to understand this. This is what we will understand in the next shlok. So don't be under any influence thinking that, oh, if my nature is angry, then I should just be angry. No, 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 no. That is not what Sri Krishna means over here. Sri Krishna is saying that you should go with your nature. You should go with the flow. You should go with what Lord wants you to go in the direction of. You should go with that. And if you'll go with that, that anger will not even arise in you. That is what Sri Krishna means over here. So we'll understand that in more detail in the next shlok. But here you should understand that if you will try to go against your nature, if you will try to go against your destiny, if you'll try to go against what Lord wants you to do, then you will fail in doing that, and Maya will force you to do it. Eventually, events will turn in a way where you will be forced to act in that manner. So that is what you have to understand. So that was the message of this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.